Hey guys, it's Crystal City, your homestead. Time for supper. So tonight I am making chicken bacon ranch baked pasta. So I have my water over here boiling, which it's boiled now. And I'm going to use, do they call it penne? I don't know. I am using gluten again tonight. Gluten doesn't always bother me. And I never know when it's going to, so. But if I have trouble with it, it's okay. I've never been diagnosed. And for people that have, I am truly sorry because, yeah, it can be very, very painful. So, the first thing I need is chicken, too. And if you remember right, we did all those chickens from Sam's. And I froze them. Well, guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to take it out of the freezer. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to chop this all up into small pieces. And then I'm just going to heat it on the stove. So it can kind of thaw out before we start making our, our casserole with frozen chicken. Might take a little bit longer than what we thought to do it, right? So I figured I'd chop it up and then just warm it up on the stove. No big deal. I'm sure I'm not the only person that ever forgets to take stuff out of the freezer on time. And if I am, I need to work harder at it. It says to use a pound of chicken, which I'm sure this is more than a pound. But that's okay too. Yeah, I can get it apart. We'll get it apart here in a minute. Now you can always use whatever pasta you want. You don't have to use the penne. They say that it says a pound of shortcut pasta. Man, I can't believe I can't cut through that. Or pull it apart. And I took it out this morning, but I should have left it out. Jeez, oh Pete's. Now you see why I gotta heat it up. I don't want to do pieces so small that you can't get a nice chunk of meat when you chew into it. So let me get that cut up and then I'll be right back. There's people mowing outside. Hopefully that doesn't disturb us too much. So while that's warming up and these are cooking, it says to take a pound of bacon, which you guys know I cook my bacon beforehand and I store it in the freezer. So you're going to cut that into smaller pieces to go in this as well. I mean, if you want big chunks, you can leave big chunks. That's no big deal. I know one thing, might not be this weekend, but I'm going to have to bake up some more bacon because, well, I have that much left. So I was hoping to get some of that bacon on sale down at the Amish store, but they were out of the one that I wanted that was a good deal. But I do have a couple of packages in my freezer that I can use up, so I'll have to use those up and hope that I find them on sale soon. You know, the bacon meals, they go in spurts, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's got bacon in it, that's got bacon in it. So, you know, those 5 packages or whatever that you do up might last a month, and then they might last 6 months, depending on, you know, how often you have bacon in something. And yeah, I use the same cutting board and knife because I figured it's all going to be mixed together anyway, so. Didn't think it hurt anything. Pasta's not quite done yet. Chicken's actually getting heated up. So we're not going to put it in there frozen. That's always a good start. Now, while I'm waiting for that stuff, I'm not going to keep you guys here, but it says I need a cup of ranch dressing. And remember, I got those 2 big bottles for $6.99 for 2 of them, I think it was. So we need a cup of that. So I might as well measure this out, and then I put it back in the fridge. So, as soon as the pastas and everything's ready, we'll go right to the next step. How's that? Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is, it calls for a pack of ranch dressing. I'm not doing it in the order that they say because I think it'd be easier to mix this in with the hot pasta while it's still hot, you know what I mean? So I'm going to get that mixed in there. And kind of help flavor the pasta a little bit too. I guess pasta, you really can't flavor it after it's been cooked, I guess, but we'll see. Then I'm going to add all that chicken. And then we're going to add most of the bacon. Not all of it, but most of it. And then it calls for 2 cups of cheese. It says put most of that inside too. So I'm going to put, I think my hands are about a cup. So I'm just going to do just a little bit more than a cup. Then it calls for, of course my hands are greasy now. A can of alfredo. I know since I've discovered I like it, I don't mind using it so much now. I'm going to add a little bit of water to that and bring it back in just a second. And we're going to add that cup of, sorry, I just had a little brain there. Let me get it all scraped out of our ranch dressing. Alright, let me get a little bit of water to this and I'll be right back. Alright, so now we want to get all that mixed together. Let's get some of that off of there. We don't need to waste it all on the spoon. This has been on my list to do for the last 3 weeks. But then I come up with something else and it keeps getting put to the side. That's what happens. I'll go through and I'll do a menu. And then I'll have everything for it. And then I'll find something, I'll be like, oh, I gotta do that right away. So I still have everything for it. It just, yeah. That's just how my brain works sometimes. But sometimes I stick right to the menu too, as well. Look at that. That look delicious. Look at that. Yummy. Alright, so now, of course I dropped a few pieces out of there. That's great. Never fails. Now you're going to take a 9x13 greased pan. And yes, I do like casseroles. I know we do quite a few of them, don't we? I just like stuff that's like one pan so that we're not messing around with it all day, you know what I mean? And so it's easier on us. I think easy is always best. I mean, there's some, you know, that take a lot of ingredients and everything else and they taste amazing. But I really do like easy cooking. And I think that the easier that you can make it, I think more people would cook at home. And I forgot to put salt and pepper in there. Don't forget that. I just looked at it and I'm like, oh, I forgot the salt and pepper. I have to grab another bag of cheese out of the freezer. That's something else, you know, if you run into that sale where these are $4.99 instead of $7.99, grab them, you can freeze them. Now I'm going to put the rest of that bacon all over the top. I think this is going to be delicious. Take a look at that. Oh. Now you're going to put it in your 400-degree oven. For 15 to 18 minutes. I'm going to set my timer for 15. And I'll be back when I pull it out. Tom does have chiropractor tonight, so he'll be home a little bit late. But that's okay. I've discovered if I turn the oven off and I just leave it there, it stays hot the whole time. And then I think for a side dish tonight, because that's going to be pretty filling, I bought a cucumber and I think I'm just going to slice that up and have it on the side. I don't think Tom will mind. We'll be back. Well, Tom is past the parking right now. He's on his way to the chiropractor. So what do you think? I think it looks delicious. So, I'm going to try a little bite here, and then I'm going to put it back in the oven to stay warm. I got to still chop up my cucumber too. Oh. You guys, that so very, very, very good. So we'll meet you at the table as soon as Tom gets home and let him try it. Well, hello, Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
Hello.
You're gonna try your cucumbers first? Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't make those. There's dinner.
You sliced them up, didn't you?
Yeah, but...
Then you made them.
Okay.
You didn't slice them cold up.
Actually, the ground and God made them, but you know. Somebody grew them. You know, I was thinking about that today, too. Horrocks, I cannot believe they didn't have any veggies on sale at all this week, or fruit.
Better than...
So what do you think about that?
Good.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
Would you want it again?
Absolutely.
What do you think, Jack?
Everything's fantastical.
Fantasto. He's got a new word now. Watch out.
You say fantastical?
Yeah. So we're going to let these hungry boys eat. You guys have an amazing evening. Be blessed. Be a blessing. And goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Jack.
Bye.
You guys have a great night.